Thank you. So we're on number 9, to grant the 6 months extension. I motion that we accept, that we grant this motion.
Can we get some more information about it before we go into the motion?
Well, okay, my motion has been seconded.
Free to ask the planning and zoning lead to come up and give some information.
If that's what the council wants to hear.
I have a question. I have some questions. Thank you. So Jamie, this is not the first 6-month variance we've given, is that correct?
This would be the second and final.
Okay, and this variance is only for them having a travel trailer on the property, is that correct?
While they do deconstruction, construction, or remodel.
Can you tell us whether there was any progression of improvement from the first month through the first 6 months?
Externally, there was cleanup on the property, but externally to the mobile home, which is what they were actually supposed to be working on, I didn't see really any improvement.
Okay.
I live across the street, there has been.
So can we not?
She's got the floor, let her talk.
Now,
Go ahead, Drew.
internally, because I never asked or was given permission to enter, they did send pictures of the inside. But I don't know if it had already looked like that or if it was in progress. I don't know. I have nothing to compare it to that way, but externally on the mobile home, I saw an old porch had been removed.
And
a
that was
lot
over
of
the
trash had
first,
been picked up.
that was over the first 6 months. How
Correct.
long has it been since they had the trailer on there?
We're pushing on close to 9 months now.
Okay, so they've already gone over by about 3 months.
Correct.
And then, so in that 3 months or that 9 months, we've seen maybe a porch come off, some cleanup of the yard.
Yeah,
But
in
nothing
the last
to the
3 months,
trailer?
I've seen nothing.
Okay, and then did they provide you any kind of plan or substance of how they plan to get this done in the next 6 months?
Who gave him the first variance?
Hi,
Who is that? You,
that's
Debbie.
me, yes, that's you.
Has any sewage, electrical, any of that been done to the trailer?
No, and from what I heard, the water's been turned off now,
Yes,
so.
that's my understanding as well. So, I just wanted to make sure I was clear on why we were looking at this and what the plan was going forward before we did a vote.
Because there's a lot of work to be done in a very short window of time.
One last question. Will the 6 month go from today if we approve it? Or
Yeah,
will it
that's
go, because it's already been 3 months past. So they did 6 months plus an additional 3 months. So what is that? How does that work?
Mayor, council members, you would have the option of picking, what the effective date is and where it goes. I would suggest to you that you make it 6 months from today, because the comments from the planning and zoning and from some council members that you're not going to consider entertaining another extension. So rather than have them come back in 3 months and ask for an extension, I'd give them 6 months and make them very aware of this, that it's going to be very unlikely that a further extension will be granted.
I believe our ordinance, correct me if I'm wrong, Jamie, is they only get 2 to begin with. Is that correct?
Correct. And
So
then
here's the reason
after
I'm-
that, it has to be moved to a designated RV park while they finish whatever work was left over to be done.
Correct. So we're not saying that they can't do the work. What we're saying is you can't have the travel trailer on there.
More than 1 year tops. That's
Right.
the
So
cap.
they're already 9 months in. And so if we gave them 6 more months, they're not getting 12 months, they're getting 15 months. That's what I'm saying.
And there was a little bit of an issue about being able to get an extension. There was some delay. I think we had some, not going to address why, the applicant, how soon they moved, but from our standpoint, I think there was a time when we did not have a quorum on B and Z.
Yes, right. Yes, correct.
Yeah, so so during that period of time, that 3 month period,
It's on us.
they would not have been able to go to B and Z to ask for an extension. Because we didn't have a
True.
quorum.
That's true.
But I worry now that utilities are being shut off and things of that nature. How are you gonna get work done if you're turning utilities off and not even paying the utilities at this point?
Well,
That's my concern.
that's the only thing that we can rule on without getting very deep into the this and that's are 6 months. I think, like the deal was that, there was a time we didn't have P and Z board, so that's on the town side. And then, but if you go 6 months, that would be on the property owners, obligations to do certain things.
But it's-
That's clarified.
But it also would be prudent for us to make sure that this person is actually serious about making changes to the property.
And
And
not trying to
having
turn
a
it into a
plan,
permanent living
having a
situation.
plan or some kind of at least estimate of, or, contractors that are lined up or something that they could, provide, then, it's very difficult to approve another 6 months. Put the trailer in an RV park if you want to continue to work on the property. It's as simple as that.
And that's why it's called temporary.
Right.
He'll have to pay to have it at a trailer park, and as it is, it looks like he doesn't have the funds
So
to get it fixed.
I think that
Exactly,
those,
so that's why I'm trying to figure out why are we extending it if there's no money
well,
to do the
those
work.
are issues that maybe we can't get into that and just deal with the 6 months and then see, hope for the best from both sides.
Yeah.
That's the
If
best we
it
can
gets
do.
done, and if not,
Okay, I'm ready to just,
The attorney already said
Yeah.
from now on.
yes,
So, you know,
from this date forward, I mean, tomorrow's another month, so let's, what do you think, Aaron, your motion to that effect?
Yeah.
Mr. Mayor,
Okay, you're making the motion?
Motion to what?
And I,
Grant the variance.
I already second.
forward,
And I
6
second
months
it.
forward,
From today.
forward.
From 6:30 on forward.
Okay, Joe, or Irene?
So can we do a roll call vote?
Yes. Al Barcelo?
No.
Yes, right, okay.
yes.
Irene is yea. Julia Lewis?
It's 6 months forward.
Ernest?
Grant, yay.
Joe?
Yeah. Because it'll stay there on the placard.
Okay.
We will fill out a placard of this.
2, 3, 4. 4 yeas and 1 nay.
It doesn't get done.
Um, the other thing was because we have let me see.
Yes.
This is the.
Sorry.
Where are you gonna stay, Rick?
Okay.
I know, right?
Because it's.
Hello?
So are we gonna go through any of the others?
Um,
Okay, we're not gonna do the IGA.
He said hold off on the other items. Okay.
we don't have an IGA to present to you this evening. The county is working on getting us a draft, but our inspection services IGA was expiring at the end of this month.
Okay.
Yeah, the other item that we really needed to go through was capital improvement plan, but without a full council here.
What about disapproving Vicky as a member of?
Yeah, we can do that.
That's an
Okay.
easy one, right?
Okay, so we motion that we go in the succession of,
Vicky isn't here, right?
approve the new P and Z member.
Sorry.
Next, but can we go back to call? Would that be okay? We go
Yes.
through the call real quick. Call to the public for those who have signed up. And,
Hey, Ricky.
Yeah, I got Rick Sanchez signed and Maria Quintana. Or Maria, yeah, is that Quintana?
Yeah.
Okay,
Who's up first?
I give you 3 minutes.
Maria?
Really, my question
Someone like to,
for the attorney. You were here May 22nd when they stated what happened. With my car, they had rented out the park. They didn't get an alcohol permit or any insurance information. The park got rented on May 3rd, party went on till May 4th. There's a town ordinance, noise ordinance. This happened at 12:37 a.m. They left the alcohol, everything was left as is. I got pictures of that night and the next morning. And now they're saying they're not culpable for what happened to my car.
Mayor and council members ordinarily, they're called the public, I can't respond to
Right.
it, but because it is, I think technically it is criticism. This is what I understood happened, that the information was presented to the town in turn sent it to what is called Berkeley Risk, that they're the insurance adjusters for the town of Mammoth. And in my understanding and hearing the town clerk tonight, that basically they denied the claim. So at this point, we turned it into our insurance, they denied the claim. And if you feel that somehow that was not appropriate, you have basically, under Arizona law, you have a 1-year statute of limitations to file a lawsuit against a public entity. The 1 year starts from the date that incident happened. And if you don't file it within 1 year, you will lose the right to go to court to file a lawsuit to make a claim for damages.
Okay, just another question, kind of, how does this differ if you had a home party at your house, someone left drunk and hit someone and killed someone? How does that differ, not making you responsible, but not making the town responsible? How's that different?
I can't give you legal advice because I'm the legal advisor to the town. The issue is basically what I think that we're going to say as a matter of law. Did the town have any duty to you to basically anticipate that someone would engage in criminal conduct, driving under the influence, losing control of the vehicle, and striking your property? Clearly, we're sorry that happened, but the insurance adjusters and insurance companies seem to believe that is something that would not have liability to the town. That's their position.
Okay, so it still leaves me the option to get an attorney and
Yes.
move forward?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Rick Sanchez.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, Council. First off, I want to address that issue that with your planning and zoning. Number one, I sit on the Board of Adjustments, which is equivalent to the planning and zoning. You have to turn in a site plan. You have to give plans before you can give approval for anything, okay? And I'm really disgusted with you guys on the council that are giving a blanket thing. Number one, you need to get an IGA with the county, okay? Because once you get an IGA with the county, then the county can come in and tell you, you can do this, you can do this, you can't do that, okay? So you guys are shooting from the hip without even realizing what you're doing, okay? That's just what I want to say about that. Now, was that item of the item number 5, was that completely, is it gone, or is it still going to be brought up at a later date?
It was pulled, and that's all I'm gonna say for that, but on that P and Z thing, the P and Z board is rebuilding itself.
Yes.
That's good,
And that's all I can say right now,
okay.
that we have 3 people, we'll be having a 4th person added to the P and Z board. So there's gonna be, of course, some hiccups here and there,
And training
and
and all that,
training.
yes.
So we got
Going through a
people
lot.
that they really believe they're doing a good job. So thank you for pointing out some of this stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's, Ernie, there's
So
a
we
lot,
take the
there's a
corrective
lot of help at the
action.
county. It's called the community development, okay? I'll give you the phone number if you
I've
want.
got it, thank you.
I'll
Yeah,
give you that
she's
phone number.
been chairman and.
Okay, well, let's go to this item number 5. Is it
I
gonna be
don't
brought up?
want to entertain 5 because I
Okay,
already acted on it.
Call the public.
The board acted on it.
okay, so it's a mute thing. It's
I'm
not gonna
not
be
gonna-
brought up again. Because if it is, there's a statute. Okay, there's case law. You can look it up. It's called Sanchez versus Cochran. Okay? That gives you, as a council member, it gives you immunity, legislative immunity for anything you say in this chamber. Okay? And that is a case that goes back to 1993. Look it up. Read what the Supreme Court of the state of Arizona said. Okay? This is a case that's dear to my heart.
Yeah.
okay? Because it involved my father and my mother.
He can give us some more information through the, you
But
know,
look it up
he can give us a briefing on it.
and get yourself familiar with this. Because you can bring charges, anything you want. You can bring anything you want against a council member. But I've been here many a time when I've heard other people say things about other council members and nothing has been said. So let's be fair about it, okay? Let's not just single one out. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Rick. Thank you. Okay. Jump me on the, okay, the lady to be sworn
Mayor,
in.
yeah, Mayor, council members, perhaps we should go in chronological order.
Okay, we get back.
Yeah, we've taken care of item 5, you're at item 6, which is to discuss National Night Out. Basically, you can, if you want to, you can discuss this in July, but the note in here is that we usually have set National Night Out for August 5th. This year it falls on a Tuesday. And if you want to think about it, you can resolve this next month. Or if you want to go ahead and have National Night Out on August 5th, you can just have a motion and approve it.
It's really easy when August 5th sounds like.
Just get this thing.
Yep.
You do it on Friday usually?
And we can handle the date later on,
Okay.
to participate.
What do you do?
It's to approve it.
National Night Out.
I know, but did you change the date or we just look at?
She said it usually is on a Friday. So 6, 7, 8. August 8th would be, I think August 8th would be the Friday.
The 8th?
You can either have it on August 5th, which is a Tuesday, or Friday, August 8th. And the only reason I bring that to your attention now, it gives the police an additional 30 days to start working on it.
So if I may, Mayor, ask Hector, did Chief set this date? Do you know? Where did this come from?
This came from. It didn't come from chief.
Okay, then, oh,
I
you
think
wrote
it
it.
was Patsy's daughter.
Community school.
Yeah, I think they're the ones that gave me the date.
Did we change it to the 8th?
We have flexibility on the date.
Yes, we do.
We just wanna,
I mean, I think Friday's a good day to have it. And
let's just approve our participation. You know, we're gonna participate, leave the date open. Let that fall.
How about saying the week of August 4th? There you go.
okay.
Okay.
So, Mayor, I make a motion, we accept the attendance of National Night Out for sometime the week of the.
August 4th?
August 4th.
Okay, the motion. I'll second. Joe, you second?
Who motioned?
I did.
You did, okay.
Participate. All for the question, all in favor of the motion?
Aye.
Nay?
Aye.
None opposed? Okay, item number 7.
I spoke to Mr. Cooper on the phone right before the meeting about this.
This is just approval of a new member, Vicky Creedon, as a member of P and Z. And we can swear her in later.
Or she can basically complete the oath of office in front of a notary and provide it to the town clerk.
Okay, so we ratify her membership into the P and Z board. Is there a motion to that effect?
I make a motion.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
None opposed? Okay, the motion carries. Okay, the publishing notice for the fee schedule, that is a table issue.
If
We're
that-
tabling that?
That's up to the council. Mayor, council members, under Arizona law, if you want to increase the tax or a fee against a business, there's a procedure you have to follow. One of which is that you have to post a notice of intent. You have to basically give 30 days before you have it for a public hearing. You have to basically have a fee schedule involved. And then basically you have a public hearing for it. and those fees are not effective until 30 days after the passage of the motion. So in other words, the time you start this, you're usually looking at about a 90-day process. If the council wants to start the process tonight, you can direct staff to basically publish the fee schedule, and then basically it'll be taken up after we give notice 30 days on, effective 60 days later.
I
So
think that's what the motion states.
Yeah.
It states to
So
publish.
just to publish them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, but if you want to table it for another month, you can, but that will push any increase in fees an additional 30 days. down the road.
90 days.
No, I think we. I would like to make a motion that we publish it.
Okay. Motion to publish, is there a second? On item number 8.
Joe, you second?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. I'm gonna close the store here.
And, all in favor of the motion?
Aye.
None opposed? Okay. Go ahead.
You've taken care of number 9.
Can we send it to
Geo, review technical Are we going to,
I haven't seen the updated community center rental agreement.
Oh, it's in the packet.
It's in here?
shall we not continue? Okay,
It's the council's prerogative.
we're going to continue.
Okay.
All right.
Yes.
Number 10 is updated the rental agreement. We've looked at this before.
Yes.
I think last time it was a 3-3 split on this. What I said is that that's what I was hoping that the 3-3 would buy some time to do whatever had to be done in the meantime. So is there anybody else that had to make a comment on this? Says new provisions.
I make a motion to approve the new updated community center rental agreement.
Which is,
Okay, and then
What
that's
is
it, that's it for the discussion.
Can you,
No, this was
Yeah.
a motion.
they wanna know what
What's
The-
in it?
the
In
motion.
new-
It was in the package.
Yeah,
but I don't know what it
What was
is.
it for?
Basically, what was added is nonprofits, other government entities.
Yeah, he put that statement in there about governmental agencies. Was there a checklist on it before, right? There was, right? Or did you add that?
I had to add the
The check,
nonprofits.
so there was a checklist and,
Yes.
Nonprofit. We're not a nonprofit. We don't need one.
And no alcohol,
right,
liquor,
No
mail,
glass.
clean it, deposit.
yep, deposits. So that stayed the same.
Mhm. The only thing I was instructed to do was add the nonprofits.
Right.
Are the nonprofits that are using it, are they grandfathered in?
As long as they have the nonprofit documentation for it.
So they are.
I mean, that they have to have a 501c designation from the Internal Revenue Service.
Right.
May I say something, please? Because this
No,
really
no,
concerns me.
I'm keeping this to the council right
Okay.
here.
Can I ask something then?
We already have the.
Can you please escort her out? Escort her out. She's
You
throwing
have no right
papers.
to
Hold
tell
on,
me.
hold on.
You are throwing papers. You're out of order. And you do this
You're out of
every
order.
meeting. Every meeting, you're out of
You
order.
don't have that right.
Please escort her out.
Mayor has
We're
that
done.
right, not her.
Hold on.
Mr. Mayor,
Please.
I'm done with this. Every meeting. Can you please ask him to escort her out, please? One more word. Brief. We're just trying to do our job. Just let us do it.
Calm down.
Thank you. Thank you, I apologize.
I have a question.
Okay,
Does this go with the senior centers that are coming, the people that come for the seniors every once a month and all that? How about the ones that are using it for, do you still have a painting class?
Yes, I do.
She needs to have a 501c3.
We don't
Yeah.
need one. We can't have one.
Then pay the $250 deposit.
We can't have a 501c3 because we don't make money. We don't take donations. We don't have a tax number.
That's what I was explaining.
We
that
don't
should
need
grandfather that tax.
You can rent it just like
Right.
everyone, she can rent it just like everyone else does with a $250
So you're
deposit.
ruining it for not just me, but for everybody else that goes to that
That's
side.
Everyone else gets
That's
to pay
just
$250.
wrong.
You get the money back.
That building was made for us.
When you clean it, you get the $250 back. That's what happens. We've been talking about this for months. And we put in there about the public works, the town hall, the police department, just like we discussed.
They've never had no problem. Have you ever had any problem with
None.
Okay, can we like,
In the motion, we can
I was asked
motion
a
that,
Mayor.
question, Julia.
yeah, hold on, what's that?
in the motion, we can motion to have them be exempt and keep using it. What is your problem with it?
I'm not, what I'm saying is, everyone else does this. Why are we
Who's
treating
everybody
them
else?
differently?
Who's everybody?
Everyone else who wants to rent our community center pays a $250 deposit, and when they clean it, they get it back.
For how long?
Senior citizen.
What are you talking about?
How long do they use it for? They use it for what, an hour or two?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter, anyone who rents it has to pay
That
$250.
sounds unfair to me. I don't know about the rest of you. That's
And it's
very
an hour
unfair.
every week, so it's 4 hours a month. Half a,
It's wrong.
so sad.
I'm gonna make a motion that we approve this grandfathering of the, what do you call your property?
That's
For
fine.
the arts and craft thing.
Arts and crafts.
She can't get one, obviously, that, you know,
I
whatever.
don't need one. It's not that I can't get one. I
made a
don't
motion.
need
Somebody
one. We
wants to second
don't
it.
make money.
Enough arguing.
What do you have to have, Mr. Attorney, to have, Mr. Cooper,
Okay,
to have a
I'm
Okay,
just thinking,
okay,
that's-
can we vote, please?
Okay.
Jeez, I heard that.
No, you didn't, because I.
Yes, I did.
My breath.
Stop,
Jesus,
please stop.
Get her out, get her out, right now.
Stop.
Please, I'm begging you. She just said something about me. Get out.
I didn't say that to you.
I'm done.
I am too.
Please,
That's
get her
enough.
out.
I already said for the crowd,
Please, Esquerra, can you
Knock it
please
off.
ask him to escort her out? We're done.
That's a mayor's choice.
I'm done.
Mr. Mayor,
I put a
That's
motion
my
on the
fault.
floor,
you
excuse
see,
me. I have a
that's
motion.
what I was trying to explain about what council people are doing to the public and the public is doing to the council. You get irritated, she gets up, threatens this one threatens you.
Hold on,
So
hold on.
where are you, why don't you act like grown-ups instead of little kids? You know what, I'm done listening to your bullshit. Thank you and have a good night.
I have a
Colin,
motion on the floor now.
Hey,
Second.
There's a conduct coming on, councilman, and she's acting just as bad as your other sister. You need
Every
to slow down
single
a little.
meeting. So I will file a grievance as well. Thank you. All right,
you know,
again, won't be the first one.
we talked this over,
I made a motion
because
and grandfathered her in the motion. And Irene seconded the motion, so now we vote.
Well,
you
Julie had the first motion though. I don't know how that works.
No, what
I
was it?
did.
No?
No, I did.
Julie had the first
I
motion.
passed it, I motioned to pass it as is. So if you don't want to pass it, then don't pass it.
Who seconded it?
Okay.
Nobody.
There hasn't been a second. So here are your options. The rules are basically the first motion. If there's no second, then it would go to your motion, Councilmember Barcelo. If there's a second as to her motion, then there will be a vote. There'll be a roll call vote. If it passes, it passes. If it doesn't pass, then your motion would be considered next. Thank you.
So is there a second? Okay.
your motion was as is.
Yes.
Okay, second, as the policy as is. No? hang on, no second.
Okay, so since there's no second, Councilmember Barcelo's motion and the second would be before the floor.
I second it.
Yes, you have that.
Okay, so the clarification on deposits and all that, how is this?
It's just to grandfather the knitting class, they have that.
The
arts and
painting
crafts,
class.
1 hour a week that they do. That's all. That's only, stipulation,
It's more like 3 hours, but
3 hours.
Somehow.
That's my motion.
3 hours. Fantastic.
And the cleaning, the other issues,
Well, they clean them.
You keep it clean.
yes, we
Do a roll call vote.
Roll call.
Yes.
Al,
yeah,
Irene,
Yes.
Julia,
Nay.
Ernie,
they,
and Joe.
two.
Aye. Okay. So 3-2, ayes. So it
Okay,
passes with the grandfather arts and crafts.
Yes.
okay, IGA for the county is,
We don't have an IGA for this evening, but we are working on getting you one.
okay. And then item number 12, the council review on CIP,
You want,
capital improvement
do
plan.
you want to say that so we have all the council here?
Yeah, we can save them for all that. And the consent agenda,
Hold on, there'll be a motion to table.
Motion to table, right?
okay,
So move. Table item number 12.
12 is tabled for motion, you made the motion, Al?
Yes, sir.
Who seconds?
And second it.
What about the other one,
Second, Irene.
IGA?
No actions to take,
No action? Okay. Gotcha.
because we don't have an IGA yet.
In favor of motion number 12? We
Motion.
need a call for the question.
Yeah, call for the question.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, on 12? Okay.
Now, 13, the consent agenda.
Item set forth that consider to be routine matters that will be enacted by one motion and one roll call votes on the town council. There will be no separate discussion of these items unless a council member requests so. In any event, the item will be removed from the consent agenda and considered in its normal sequence of events. Okay. One, town clerk report, police report, public works report, library report. Anything?
Motion to approve consent agenda.
Okay. Now we got motion to approve a consent agenda. Was that a second, Joe?
Joe
Okay.
second.
Motion has been made and seconded. All in favor of the motion?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye?
Aye.
Let's see, B, let me see, go to C.
Do we have the minutes in here?
They're,
They're-
they're being recorded on
For
YouTube.
YouTube. So motion be approved. 14. Fifteen, correct me if I'm wrong. 15. We're in item 15, correct?
Council comments, yes.
Okay, 15. Almost got this thing wrapped up.
I just gotta say, we gotta learn how to get along with everybody. If we're causing problems, let's fix it. It's so easy to get along, I apologize to Hector what I said, because it's easier to get along with people and not make those comments, the people don't want that, and I agree with you. And so, it's easier to get along with people than be fighting. And we're here to resolve problems, not make problems. I don't want to make any problems. Thank you.
I appreciate those comments.
I just want to say that I don't think it's right that people vote us into the council and then because they say something we don't like or propose something we don't like, we start yelling and screaming and get them out of here and this and that. That to me sounds like somebody throwing a tantrum or some kind of a fit, and there's no need for that. All you have to do is keep your mouth quiet, let the person talk, and then it's your turn. It's a lot better than screaming and yelling at each other.
Thank you. Joe?
Well, I just want to comment on Marcelo, but you apologize to Hector, it's good. You know, but in the future, yeah, you know, and I think that you're a better man than, in my mind, yeah, it is good that you apologize. And that's the way it should be, you know. But in the future, I think, approach Bill or Hector was saying, hey, can you make a note of this? I saw a broken fence over here. And put a note of it, next meeting, what was done about it, that's it. No, certain things, not only, I'm just talking about fences, but anything, you know.
Yeah.
You know, let's get along, you know, I don't like the crowd.
And no one's gonna think the same.
We please the crowd, and I. That's all.
I agree, but I don't think the public should be able to be belligerent in the middle of a process,
Yeah, that's,
outside of the call of the public.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
that's what they got the 3 minutes.
Right.
Anybody?
Yeah.
You've
Yes,
got,
if you don't mind.
council comments.
Yes. So I would like to apologize for everyone for getting angry. My stems from the fact that we have certain individuals in our community that continue to come to these meetings and are very disrespectful and speak in the back of the meeting, and it happens over and over and over again. And I apologize for yelling and being frustrated. I understand we all have to work together. None of our jobs are hard, and we're all doing this, you know, unpaid. So
Yeah.
we're trying to do the best we can for the community. We're trying to do the right thing. So I do apologize to everyone. I apologize to Debbie, and I apologize to the audience for getting angry.
I wanna know if Debbie's gonna apologize for calling you an idiot right now.
Just now? Well,
When you-
see,
when
and
you heard she called
unfortunately,
you an idiot.
well, that's just how that person is. So I'm gonna take the high road and say, God bless you, you know, whatever. I do apologize to everyone, and thank you.
Okay, thank you. My comments are just a couple of bullet points. I bring that poster because that's the priority. I've been telling people that's a priority. We're getting closer and closer to this project. I think in August, we lost a month's time. It's been a long road, Joe, with this project.
Oh, yeah.
Right now? Now we're there. I mean, pretty soon, we're gonna be there, cutting the ribbon that started or whatever.
Since I was mayor, that was.
Yeah, and that, and another thing, we were gifted some lumber. I've been going around asking for either monetary donations, fundings, or in-kind. We got in-kind contribution of some lumber. We can pick it up at the town of Oakland. But I'm gonna
Success.
hustle, yes, yeah, we got some lumber.
Ernie,
And then the other thing was,
when you talk about lumber, we want to build that wall back up in the library, so if you see some extra lumber,
Yeah,
try to keep
yeah.
that in mind, please.
I did a search 3 days ago, I guess. It takes a couple of probably a week. Everybody's put their information online. I'm looking at WIFA. I'm looking at the Heritage Fund. I put it right there. I put the Heritage Fund right there. I'm searching that. And the other one is USDA to see if they have some funding for our needy people in the community, because they still do the home repair component, but That's just phone calls and getting on and, maybe set up a meeting.
That's not Carl?
No, it's the other one. It's
Oh,
another
okay.
agency. These guys, they did some work
They
here.
did some houses.
They did some houses here.
Man, they did like 3.
Pleasantville, yeah. They did some repairs, ramps. So we'll just chip away at it. Okay, thank you. I don't want to go on forever. Motion for adjournment.
Motion.
Okay. 8:01. We're at 8:01. And, folks, we're gonna reset. The holidays are coming. Everybody, be careful with the heat. Let's have good,
4th of July pool from 11 to 4. And then the following Friday, we're gonna test out the swim nights from, I think it's from 4 to 9. So we're gonna do next Friday and the Friday after that, see how it goes. If it goes good, then we're gonna continue. Oh, the next meeting is going to be on the 3rd, this Thursday at 6:30. This is for the final budget and for the property tax levy.
Good night.
Excuse me?
thank you all.
Another meeting? We live in meetings.
She apologized to you.
Good for her, she's a better person.
She is,
Yes, I am.
careful.
she is by far.
¿No sabes?
Sorry, I didn't mean to
Sorry.
negative marker.
I can't. I can't either, but obviously, nothing else to do.
There's been a lot.
No, you have to listen to that flat
Not as
phone.
much as it was before.
Is she feeling better?
Sometimes we would get like.
Oh, they took her?
I don't know. I saw Journey go by.
Yeah, so.
Oh,
they
they,
take
oh.
her?
What?
We used to get like 20 before.
Did they take her?
Oh, mañana voy a comenzar.
No
No quería ir a pelear contra la bola vieja. Ya.
I went there in the morning too, wasn't it? I saw one person. Yeah, one person.
Oh,
She
I'm
said
gonna
it's
start
not always
tomorrow.
Huh?
Did they take her out?
I thought I saw Journey go by. Let me go check. I know what it is.
Good for you.
I need it. I'm gonna have to send, keep her a text tomorrow. And ask him about the IJ. I'm supposed to get it from somebody or?